Hi, folks. It's Shellie Palmer. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm actually posting a video for you this week for from an excerpt from my newly released novel. This is the first edition. I will be doing a second edition uh, sometime later this year that will have additional chapters, but this is a 15 chapter novel, or short novel as you would probably put it. But when I decided to write this book and put it out there, I didn't have anything to go by on, only on my own um, level of living with anxiety and a learning disability. So that was something really kind of difficult for me to talk about, but it doesn't feel like it is difficult anymore, knowing that I can be a voice for someone or to help someone in a way that they're just now learning to cope with anxiety, or continue to live with anxiety. I live with anxiety. So it takes off the weight a little bit, and helps reassure someone that they're not alone, because we're not. None of us are alone, really. But there's so many of us in the world who are afraid to talk about it. You don't have to feel afraid, because once that burden is lifted, you feel a sense of closure in your life, that you no longer have to walk around in silence of having uh, um, um, a mental illness, or having to live with it daily, with anxiety or with depression or bipolar or whatever it may be. We're all going to be there, and we're going to rally together. This was the reason why I wanted to write the book, and really just let let you know that I'm here, and that it's okay. And if you are new to my YouTube page, I thank you so much for subscribing uh, to my author's YouTube page. It really means a lot, knowing that you take the time to watch the videos, and really, and think about what I say or what I do. It's very humbling. So I really appreciate it. This excerpt I'm reading from Revelations on Mental Health, the Spoken Truth, comes from chapter 3, which is the stress of depression. The moment you break the silence on your own terms, others understand what you're going through. Depression isn't easy, and carrying the stress wears thin on your heart and your soul. God gives us all a purpose in life. He wants you around far longer than you can imagine. There's no potion or formula moving ahead living with depression. Its effects are always there. And that is so very true, folks. When I interviewed Richard Niddle Jr., I didn't know a lot about him. I only knew him from Google Plus or Facebook or Twitter. And his poetry is very meaningful, no matter how he writes it, or what he writes. It's very profound in his life story, and in his journey, as well as Billy Wilson, who also his story is in this book. I very much find it comforting to me, knowing that I'm not the only one with issues on mental health, and I've I will always have it. I will always deal with it. I will always know someone who wants to discriminate against me, or someone I know personally, because of a mental health issue. Um, my best friend is disabled, is learning disabled. So we get along on those terms very well, and it does not hinder her, and it doesn't hinder me. It does not. You don't want to let it hinder you, is what I'm saying, because knowing that if it's going to hinder you, you can you you feel like you don't want to be here in the world anymore. God wants you here, obviously, for a reason or a purpose, because we all have a soul purpose, regardless of what you think or not. It's just what it is. And shedding the light and being that someone on the other end who can really communicate and identify with you is what it really means to me. And being able to be in this format and discuss it, it's important, and it should be talked about. I don't, I see it so glamorized in movies and films, and that's not right. You don't do that, in real life. I have heard of stories in real life where someone took their life because of a mental illness or mental health issues. But we're not crazy. We're just have our own kind of normal, and it's okay to be that way. We're all programmed differently. So no matter how you see your life or someone else's life, be considerate of someone, and show a little compassion and kindness, because it really does go a long way. I hope you get the chance to read this book. I spent 5 months writing this novel, and I can't wait to release the second edition later this year. So um, you can find the book on Kindle format right now. I'm still in the process of getting that document put up on Tableau Publishing, and I hope to see you all very soon. Have a wonderful week. God bless.